G'day and welcome to Aussievision. My name's Liv. I'm joined today with one of our contributors, Kyle, and we're here to talk all things UMK, which was the Finnish national final that ended this morning. First of all, how are you feeling this morning?
Liv, I think it's pretty obvious. I think you and I are both very, very happy. And it's not because of the coffees we've had at 6 o'clock in the morning. Cha. Oh my God, what a win.
Absolute landslide. Before we get to that, let's just talk about the overall show. What did you think about it?
Yeah, look, I thought it was extremely slickly well done. I mean, I only really have the Denmark Dance Melody Grand Prix to compare with from a couple of weeks ago, and I think this was just another level above that. I mean, you've got obviously the host was absolutely fantastic. You've got all the previews like for 2 or 3 minutes introducing all the acts, and then I think also the interval acts as well when you had the Rasmus come back and then the host performing again. I should remember his name. Who was it again?
To be honest, I didn't catch it either. But he was fantastic.
Yeah, he was fantastic. And but I think it was just a really well-produced package, and you can see how far UMK has come. People have been saying that it's one of the bigger and better national finals in recent years and attracted a lot of interest, and you can see why. The transfers to the juries were fantastic. Obviously, we had Will from Wee Wee Blogs representing the UK, the lovely Cornelia from Sweden on that jury as well from last year, and of course our very own Jude York as well. Very good stuff.
No, it was so slick. I mean, they had it all ungeo-blocked, and they had English commentary for us at home, which was just unheard of in a national final, to have dedicated English commentary. So great for us Eurovision fans. They know their market. And the pacing was so good. There's nothing, I mean, they had sort of like entertainment to warm us up. And then, like you said, they introduced the artist, bang, into the song. Introduced the next one, bang. There was no sort of messing about, but it didn't feel rushed either. It was really good. Yeah.
No, I thought it was, as I said, it's well done. They didn't drag us out waiting for another, for all the votes being counted or anything. We just had the Rasmus and then our host guy performing, and then bam, here's the results. And speaking of the results, I mean, I think you and I were thinking maybe Kardija. Is that how we say it? I can't remember. We've worked saying this.
Yeah, we spoke about this beforehand. It sounded like they were saying Kalia, like a Y instead of a J sound. And I've got to admit, I've been wondering how to say it properly. So it was good to hear it a few times this morning.
Yeah, but I think, obviously you and I both loved it. He was the strong favourite everywhere, but I don't think we expected him to win it this big.
Yeah, I mean, he won by 387 points. I actually calculated it wrong when I was tweeting this morning. I was so excited by his victory. I think I said 350 something, but no, it was even more than that. He won by 387, won the jury and the televote in an absolute canter. What do you think about the staging?
Look, firstly, I mean, the song on its own, we all know how catchy and how fantastic it is. I think the staging, it was very good. There's an interesting concept there with, I think we had the start where he's got, coming from his outfit, we had the 4 dancers with the kind of getting them rolling a bit and doing those dance moves. And then, we get a little bit of a routine towards the end, a very basic, just like right towards the end. So with the little routine where it gets a bit more dancey. So I think it needs a little bit more work. It could have been more explosive. I'm just like first time I've heard this song, I've always thought when you hear cha, 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 that's just a moment for fire cannons. And just to really knock it out. So if the Finns can incorporate that into the routine and make it even slicker, which I'm sure they will, I can't see why this will not go top 10. That's my prediction. At least top 10. This is a huge, huge package, and the votes just show it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, if they can get things right, I don't see why this couldn't be a top 10 for them as well. It's just got that absolute unique plus, but not it's not so unique that casual viewers can't still get into it. But I think with the staging, I found you're drawn too much to the dances. I want to be focused on Cardia mostly, and the pink as well. It's a very bright color. Like, I thought lime green was a bright color, but when you put all those pink dancers out there, I think what I would prefer is if you had them in something more, honestly, like black, and then they were kind of like these, I don't know, because the song is quite dark almost. So like almost these spirits that are kind of whisking him away and dancing. And then that way you can still get all that movement, but not have your eye drawn too much away. So I agree. There's some work to be done on the staging to really perfect it. But even as it was presented this morning, it was still an extremely strong product and very compelling anyway. And the Finns obviously agreed with that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was interesting. He looked like he was standing around, wooden crates or something at the start. I thought, come on, where's the boxing ring here? I know that could be hard to replicate, but I think that would be more down the alley for what Karja should be doing, especially coming to this. And as I said earlier, bring some fire, turn those dancers into grey or black so they've got more of a focus on him. And I think he could even, like, I can just imagine him yelling, "Europe!" at one point to really get the crowd going before that final chorus. And I'd say he's going to just win so many televotes. We have to remember as well, Finland's in semi-final one. It is the harder semi-final of the two on paper, but it's all public voted this year. You cannot not see this not qualifying with an entirely public vote. I mean, it's just going to romp it in. I think it could even win the televote in the semi-final.
I would absolutely give my left foot that this is going to qualify for the final. So I don't think they've got any problems there. But moving on to other performances from the night, let's talk about our second place getters, Portion Boys, with an extremely Finnish sounding song that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. What did you think about it?
Well, yeah, it's all about when you got Kimi Räikkönen dropped in the chorus. I think that's the one thing that we could kind of maybe remember. But look, I thought they were fantastic. They were my second pick behind Karja in the rankings earlier this month, and I think they actually put on the best performance of the night in terms of using the whole room. You saw them jumping around at the start, and then with when they were name dropping all the different countries and everything in the chorus, the changing of the flags and the visuals, and then they end up in the middle of the crowd with the drummer doing, I don't know, what the hell was he on? Was he on some sort of a hoverboard or something?
Like a Segway thing.
Yeah, but then you got the fireworks from them at the end. So I personally thought, they are a party band, and I'm not surprised to see them come second. But those guys can be really proud. They're really, I definitely thought they put it, as I said, the best performance of the night and a worthy second place getter.
Yeah, they can be very proud because they were actually last with the juries going into the final results, and then the televote absolutely came for it and managed to skyrocket them into second place. So the Finnish public absolutely ate it up. I will say, the performance aesthetic wasn't for me. I sort of didn't know where to look at times. There was just too much going on. It looked like they were just trying to get their steps up or something and just running around. For me, it was all just like a little bit too much, but I also kind of expected that from them. So that's totally fine. Moving on to another notable performance, our show opener today, Robin Pekkalin with Girls Like You. I was so anxious for that very first bit because they threw the microphone to him. And I was just like, I swear for a moment, it looked like there was a tiny little fumble, like just a tiny movement. And I was like, oh my God, it's going to end before it's even started.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I wasn't paying too much attention to his performance, but I do remember seeing the trampolines being used in that, and I thought that definitely elevated his performance quite a bit, added a bit more fun. But yeah, I mean, I never thought that song was going to win. It was just too plain for my liking, but that definitely the performance definitely pushed it up quite a bit. Did he finish third? I think, or was it fourth? I can't remember.
I think it might have been fourth.
Mid-table. But yeah, no, good stuff from him.
Yeah, I think it was just a really nice opening, really. So moving on to our third place getter, which is Kira with No Business on the Dance Floor. What did you think of that one?
Oh, look, I mean, that again is it was another fantastically well done track. I definitely think she needed to do more if she wanted to have a chance of winning staging wise. It was cool with the display with all the glow sticks and everything, but I just don't think, I think she needs to do quite a bit more if she wanted to have any chance of topping Karaja. We still can't even work out how we're pronouncing him, but yeah, not too bad performance, but yeah, she really needed to show a bit more oomph, I felt, and it wasn't a winner's performance.
I would say, yeah, she was the youngest out there, the most inexperienced, and this was also her debut single. So in that case, it was really, really good to get her out there in front of the Finnish public. And I would say it was a really nice package altogether. I did really enjoy it. And it was rewarded with third place in a very strong lineup. So bright future for her. I'd love to see her come back with another bob.
Oh, definitely. She's definitely got potential to come back again if this is what she's serving up as her first entry at such a young age. Absolutely.
And I'd love to give a little mention to our last place getter today, Benjamin with Hoida Mut. I think he just enjoyed every single moment out there. I was a little bit shocked by his televote, and I felt a little bit sorry for him. And he was just such a darling in the green room. There's one point when they were doing a televote recap, and he's just lying across his couch, sipping Prosecco, looking a picture of relaxation. It was just amazing. What did you think of it?
I think there's going to be quite a few Aussievision contributors waking up this morning very shocked with this result, because he won our rankings poll just by 8 points over Karja before today. A bit of a smackdown for poor old Benjamin. I mean, you could see he got a couple of 12-pointers from the jury, and then the public were just like, yeah, nah, sorry, mate. I don't know if they were off him today or they just all fell in love with our mate Karja instead. So, I mean, yeah, he did a pretty good job with his performance. But if you compare that to what he's done in the music clip and how striking that was, nowhere near. I know you're not going to be transforming a greenhouse on stage, but he was just definitely one of those things where I think the video clip was far more striking and had more of an impact than what he ended up performing live.
I got to admit, the start of his staging, I did find it a little bit odd, and also I was just wanting light. I could barely see him. It was so dark. And then I got to admit, as it went along, he kind of won me over a bit. He does have some really good presence there. All right, well, that's our wrap and rank on UMK 2023. This will be the first song in Finnish at Eurovision since 2015. Thank you for listening to us today, and have a good day. See ya.
Yes.